Next up, we'll talk about bear market. So, keep building is the mantra of bear market. But how can we build exactly? So the next speaker will share his thoughts on this question. May I introduce Chief Axie? He's the owner and co-founder at Axie.gg and esports for everyone. He's an early adopter and strong believer in the power of gamify, decentralization, Web3, empowering people and new economies. So please welcome him to share his thoughts on what exactly means by building in the bear market. Please welcome Chief Axie.
Oh wow, what's up everybody? How's everyone doing today? I'm Chief, real name Tyler, and I'm here to talk to you guys about building in the bear, because that's what I've been doing the last 3 years, with a little bull market in between. So I want to start with a little story, because this is my second bear market, and the first one is, what brought us all here. People like myself, we believed. And really what I want to talk about today is follow your passions, follow your beliefs, and find like-minded people. I mean, that's what Web3 is all about, right? I came into the scene 5 years ago just to work at Coin Poker. It was a little crypto poker platform as support. Start at the bottom and work your way up, That's how it is. A couple years later, I was looking for streaming platforms to do another business, and I found Axie Infinity. Many of you may know, they're also up on the sponsorship list. They've been making big waves in the scene, and I got to be a part of that from the start. So I came into the scene, saw the NFT aspect, and it became clear to me instantly, this is the future. I get to own my Pokemon, basically. I get to own my internet monsters. Oh yeah, let's do this. So I started Axie.gg, which was the first competitive guild in Web3, I'm pretty sure, because back then there wasn't any competition. We were the first ones. And we started building, right? We had an idea, we had the passion, and we put in the hours every day. We started with breeding automations, and that quickly led to a situation where we had lots of Axies, lots of assets, but we didn't have anyone to use them. So as some of you may know, the scholarship system, which is also kind of what blew up the Web3 space about a year ago, especially in the Philippines, that became a reality. I was actually trying to recruit esports players just to compete, and we realized, oh, wait, our assets are safe the way it should be. And that made click, right? And all of a sudden, we were like, let's find players and let's bring them into the space. And the first true wave of Web3 gaming mass adoption started to happen in large waves. I think we were at 3 million players at the peak, and I think 80% of it were Filipinos at the time. That's now spread. We have people from all around the world here. It's awesome. Everyone here is either building or wants to build or wants to learn about what this space is about. So, hats off to all of you guys. Awesome. I think it's great that you're all here. The progression was, first you make the guild, then you get the players, and then you have to start bringing in some kind of competition, right? So you start bringing in players from other games, which is where the adoption comes in yet again. That is what we're here to do. Building in the bear is when you build the tools, when you build the means necessary, that when the next bull comes, everyone wants to use your product, everyone wants to be in the thing, the tingy, as we say, that you're involved in. And that has to be built, that comes from us. That comes from everyone in this room, that comes from whoever's watching online. So we brought in some superstars, and the Axie esports scene started to take off. In this process, I met Whale Shark. He's actually the reason I'm here today, so if you're watching, bud, appreciate it. He has one of the largest social tokens in crypto, or did at the time, and he wanted to start supporting. So with Elite, which is Elite Metawear, it's real clothing as well as NFT clothing. We want to be the leading luxury esports clothing. So what have we been doing? We've been sponsoring players, sponsoring tournaments, again, building. bringing in people, giving them prize pools, giving them incentive to come into the space. Once I met Whale Shark, things kind of started to change. You know, he saw my passion, he saw my drive, and he said, bro, come over here, I want to work with you. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do something. So he grabbed me, kind of took me under his coattail, and we've been running Elite now for a couple months. It's actually almost a year now. It's crazy how fast time flies in this space. And then the next progression was to go into esports for everyone, which we're now doing 60 to 80 tournaments a month in multiple NFT games. And that's kind of my baby. For me, that's what we're going to get to in a minute here. That's now what we're currently building out. And my vision, my dream has always been that we can get players from all around the world. They can come in, they can play these games in a clean, nice environment. And the prizes, oh, sorry. Oh, I'm so, my bad. So, where was I? Esports for everyone. We'll just go back to the notes. We've been the Web3 esports pioneers now for almost a year. We've been working very closely with all the other teams that have been there, right? So back to the building in the bear. While you're working, while you're building, you're meeting people, you're making connections, you're building trust. And that is what Web3 is all about. That is what makes Web3 better than Web2, is people are coming together and they're passionate about what they do. How many people in here have been in a job where they're like, I hate my job sucks. Everybody. So Web3, like, you don't go into Web3 unless you're passionate about something. You don't go into a project that you know you're gonna be committing 10, 20, 30, 40 hours a week and probably not getting paid, at least for a couple months. Right? People just don't do that anymore. In Web3 though, people do that, and that's why we're building all these amazing things. You know, we're forging new technologies, we're forging new bonds to be able to move forward the next couple years and really blow the top off of this whole Web3, crypto, gaming, all of it. It's coming right now. So taking the last bear market, building these 3 products that I just spoke to you about, it's been an absolute journey. It's been pretty insane. We actually just got back from Barcelona AxieCon last week. The journey never stops, but I can say I was there and it was magical. You know, seeing these events all around the world, seeing these people coming together, spreading the message, explaining, because like when most people hear about crypto, what do they think? Bro, you're speaking alien, like, what's going on here? And with time, people are starting to get it. They're starting to understand the true beauty behind all of this technology. And once you go to an AxieCon, you come to these events, you meet all these amazing people that are like-minded, you start to realize like something is forming here. We're definitely on the cusp of something amazing. Whether it's financially, whether it's technology, or whether it's just building a better world where people work together. Like crypto is no longer, or never was, it's not a zero-sum game. This is a place, there's space for everybody to build. There's room for everyone to do their thing. But they have to show the people around them that they're serious. They have to show the people around them that they're trustworthy and motivated, that they're hungry, right? Everyone in this space has something to prove. Most people in this space, they tried in Web 2, they tried in other esports like myself, and they fell short. You know, they ran into the titans, the Team Liquids, the big organizations, the big corporations that just came and just crushed them, crushed me, crushed everyone, crushed all the dreams. Now, anyone that's here, you're still early, you're part of this movement. And these big corporations are going to come to us because they need to figure out what this alien language is. They need to figure out what's going on here. They don't have all the connections in this world. So right now, you know, the way I see it, we've probably got 2 good years of bear market. Woohoo, you know, put your hands up. And this is the time. This is the time where all the magic happens. When it's a bull market, things are just crazy. Like every minute, every day, you're trying to find the next deal. You're trying to find the next 10x. You don't really build. You don't have time to build. You're just go, 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 go. And usually you're getting wrecked because everyone's greedy, and when it comes to money, if you've been through this bull run, you know, I'm pretty sure. And now we have another chance, right? If you hedged well in this bull run, use that, and let's keep building to the next one. Can I get the next slide? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm that guy. There we go. So, again, right now, lots of people are focusing on the wrong things, right? They're focusing on charts, they're focusing on what is my coin worth. Stop that. Get that out of your head, because it's not gonna look good for a while. So just enjoy the pain. You know, without rain, sunshine's not that special, right? So find the like-minded people, follow your passion. Whatever you love, whatever you do, whatever gets you up in the morning and gets you to check your messages without even thinking twice, that's probably where you should be building. That's probably the group of people you should be surrounding yourself with. So, you know, find these people, work with them, deliver before you ask. You know, go to someone with an idea, put in some work, come to them with, you know, an MVP at least. Give them something to look at. Give them something to know, okay, this is real. This is a thing. Don't come in like a lot of games, since I'm in the esports area, they make like a really nice trailer. Great. Anyone can make a nice trailer, but there's no game behind it, right? So you go, excuse me, you go to these new projects and you ask yourself, does the vision fit? Do I believe in this vision? Is this a vision that I can get behind for the next 6 to 12 months of my life to get it to where I believe it should be? And to do that, you find the people, you build the trust, and you just keep going. You gotta keep trucking through. When people tell you you're crazy, maybe you are. Everyone told me I was crazy. It feels a lot better afterwards when you succeed. It's really nice. And you need some adversity, right? That's part of this whole thing, is you gotta get knocked down, you gotta get back up again. You have to show people your perseverance, right? And just keep fighting through the ups and the downs. And again, building in the bear. We're in the downs right now, but like I said, this is actually the best time to be around. So a lot of people will go into projects or go into crypto or stocks, and they're basically gambling. They're just like, ooh, that was a nice trailer, putting 10% of my money there. Ooh, I like that guy. He's got a nice smile. He gets 10%. Like, people do things for crazy reasons. Like, marketing is real. People get tricked all the time. Don't buy into that. Do your own research. Find, again, like-minded projects. Find projects that work for you, that you are ready to, you know, invest yourself into this. Because at the end of the day, that's all building is. It's investing yourself. It's investing your money, your time, and your energy, right? And you always got to find a balance. You should never be using all three. You should always be trying to use two to get the third, right? So keep the balance. Don't gamble. Build. Go into these projects and bring something to the project. Do something. Bring in connections, bring in esports, bring in players from other games, right? Bring in tournament organizers, bring in people with your work, show them, be what you say, right? Don't just have words. We all know Web 2 is all about everyone speaks, but then nothing gets done. In Web 3, we have to make sure that it's all about action, that people are constantly being tested, pushed, and supported. So when you don't gamble and just go into things randomly, I'm going to give an example of what I do in esports. So first step for a successful esports situation is you have to have tournaments. You have to have a place where all these gamers can go and unleash their nerd skills, their inner rage on other people in whatever form that is. It doesn't matter, but they want to get out there. They want to play for money. They want to play for, you know, the fame. They want to be the best. That has always been the biggest reason why gaming is the #1 mass adopter for crypto. Because first of all, gamers, they basically have been using crypto their whole life. They just didn't know it. It's a centralized crypto. Now it's branching off into NFTs. As soon as it's an NFT, it's no longer fully centralized because they don't own the NFT. Yes, they can ban you from their platform, but the whole point of an NFT that has real utility is an NFT that has multiple utility cases. and one of them is tournaments. So you raise the stakes, you put some money on the line, and then this starts to build rivalries. This starts to build narratives. You get superstars, and then you have multiple superstars. The superstars then have to compete against each other, and in competition, there's only one winner. That's just the way of the world. So you start giving them the platform to do these competitions. You start letting the narratives build, and then you can go on to step 2, and that's content. Once you have superstars, once you have people that have followers, people are watching them, people are intrigued by them, you can take that person's personality to the next level. You start making YouTube videos, you start doing, here, share tips from the pros. If you're the best player in a game, everyone that watches you is going to want to learn from you. So if you can become the best, start making the content. And that's where, again, our organizations, Axie GG and Esports for Everyone, support the players. It supports the content creators. We're trying to give everyone the avenue so that they can be their best me. They can get on screen, they can have the good green screen, they can have the good support, they have good production, they have everything they need so that they can just be an actor. Because a content creator is basically an actor. It's the new world of acting. You no longer are, it's not all about Hollywood or TV. I haven't watched TV in like 10 years. I don't even know what it is anymore. But these content creators, they're everywhere. I see them even if I try to ignore them. They literally just pop up on feeds and this and that. So, the way this new world is working, content is king. If you can make content for something that's real, that people believe is real, then you have a real nice mix coming through. Beyond the players, you can also do the live streamers, the shoutcasters, the personalities. That's actually how I found Elite and Whale Shark. I was casting and I was screaming about internet monsters, like, woo, let's go, baby, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's like, I don't know what he's saying, but he's having a blast and I enjoy watching. So, that literally was me being passionate, following my dream, just going with the flow. And one day you look in your messages and you're like, wow, that guy's like, he's kind of a big deal and he wants to work with me. Cool. And I never expected it. That's another thing. Don't expect, just do. It'll come. Like if you're passionate, if you bring your product, if you bring your vision into this world and it works, people will see you and people will give you a chance to step up to the plate and see if you're actually ready to do it. And then if you can get the tournament scene going, if you can get the content going, if you can get all the people excited, enthralled about whatever it is you're doing, in this case a video game, then you start building tools. Because if you look at any Web 2 game, you don't even notice all the tools that are actually built. You go to websites and you get statistics and you get all these different numbers and data points that players end up using in the tournaments. So now we have the full loop in my situation. Tournaments, content, make the tools, and all of a sudden your tournaments become enormous. They become esports, true esports. We just, in Barcelona, there was $1 million in prize pool up for 2 different Axie Infinity tournaments. A lot of people don't know that. That's a lot of money. First place in each tournament took home $75,000. These are 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds. You don't get that in most esports. That's a huge prize pool, and we're talking about like the blooming beginning for this scene. So I've definitely been spending the last three and a half years now continuing to push these things. This is my world. This is where my passion is. This is where I believe my future lies, and I've stuck with it. I plan on sticking with it for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 years. We'll see, next time I come, let's get all these seats filled. Bring your grandmas, bring your uncles, bring your dogs if they'll let them in. Like, this is the future. I firmly believe that. And I think most of you do too, or else you wouldn't still be sitting here at like 6 p.m. But it is raining, so there is that. You're doing everything right. All right, so one last thing that I wanted to talk about is just, it's been a true pleasure meeting people here, meeting people in Barcelona, and seeing this drive, this will to build, everyone coming together. And I've never been surrounded by so much brain power as I have like the last 2 weeks in the real world. Like, we're always surrounded by it on the internet, but meeting all these people, shaking their hands, looking in their eyes and being like, and you know, you don't know someone, you actually, maybe you never know someone, but when you look someone in the eyes, it definitely gives you some more information. And I've been looking at all these people and I'm just like, I'm joyed. I'm really, really ecstatic for the next couple years. I'm really excited to see how many young, smart, hungry, motivated people are gonna come into this space and crush it. Absolutely change the future forever. Because we have a chance. My whole life, I wondered, how can I build something? How can I make something that's not been made yet? And in Web 2, it was very, very difficult. It felt like every good idea was done. And then someone came up with like Airbnb. And it was like, duh, that was a good one. Why did it take so long? But in Web 3, it's endless because the technology is not even close to done yet. And even now, you can reskin Web 2 into Web 3. It's a new business. There's literally a huge pool of things right now that can be developed and made, and that makes sense because of blockchain. Blockchain is the truth that we've been waiting for literally our entire lives. And it's finally there. And now it's no longer this weird, you know, alien magic from last year. How old is Bitcoin? 2007, 2008? It's been a while. We're 2022 now. Keep that in mind. You know, even my grandma, she's 85 years old. She messages me about Bitcoin articles in the newspaper. I'm like, okay. My grandma, 30 years ago, would be the biggest Bitcoiner ever. She would be running around, she'd be doing DeFi, she'd be all over the place. Now she's just like, damn, I missed it. That would have been fun. So she sees. And if we can start getting the older generations to get it, the young generations, they kind of already get it. They want it. They want a chance to make their money. They want a chance to be able to show their skills. And again, this platform, this Web3 platform, is built for that. It is built for young talent to come in, and especially because kids have time, kids, 18 to 25, in that range. And I see it in my own organizations. These kids are really struggling. Do I finish school or do I do this full time? Because they're actually getting paid. They see the future. They see the potential. So I think we're going to have a very large shift in the next couple years where all these young minds are going to start coming together. They have nothing to lose. They don't have bills. They don't have kids. They can do this. They can literally just sit there for 4 years and make an idea a reality if they believe enough, if they have the passion and, you know, if they have the drive and the support. That's another thing. As we grow as a community, that makes it easier for parents to support their kids. That makes it easier for, I actually had someone talking about maybe doing esports tournaments in Vietnam for schools. America's already done that. They've had esports tournaments for schools where they put together esports everything. They support the kids. They give them something to do so they don't go to the streets. They're not doing drugs. They're playing their games. They're even making some money, and they're having clean fun. So there's a lot of upside to these aspects, and I think as more and more people come in, more and more people are starting to realize these upsides. They're starting to realize the amazing people in the scene, and they're becoming comfortable. They're finally finding a place where they feel accepted. I know I felt that way a lot the last 3 years. It's weird going back to Web 2 worlds. Like I went to Gamescom, that was a trip. Just seeing the people and seeing the old way, and then going to AxieCon literally a week later and just being like, wow, it's not the same world. We're definitely built different. And it's a beautiful thing to observe. And I want to thank everyone for coming out today, for hanging out. And I hope everybody is either building or learning how to build. This is the time, baby. You got 2 years. Let's get it.